The secret of becoming mentally strong. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you a truth that will change the way you see yourself. Mental strength isn't something you're born with, it's something you build. Now, I want you to pause for a moment and ask yourself, what have I survived that I thought would break me? Because that right there, that survival, that persistence, that decision to keep going, that's the seed of your strength. Mental strength doesn't mean you never feel sad, afraid, or uncertain. No, it means you feel all those things and you keep showing up anyway. It means you don't let your emotions control your actions. It means you don't give up when things get hard. And let me tell you, they will get hard. The secret? It's in the small choices you make every day. When you choose to believe in yourself, even when no one else claps for you. When you decide to get back up after failure and say, this isn't the end of my story. When you let go of what you can't control and focus on what you can, you are becoming mentally strong. It's not about pretending to be okay. It's about knowing you will be okay no matter what. It's trusting your voice when the world is loud. It's learning to rest, not quit. It's honoring your journey, even when it's not perfect. And let me tell you, the world may try to measure you by your success, but your true power lies in your resilience, in how you rise, in how you keep loving, hoping, trying, even after you've been hurt. So the next time life gets heavy, and it will, I want you to remember, you are allowed to bend, but you are not here to build your strength, not in silence, but in truth, not in fear, but in faith. And that, my friends, is the secret. There is a belief many of us carry, often without realizing it, that strength, especially mental strength, is something people are born with, that some people just have it in their bones and others don't. But let me tell you something that may challenge that belief. Mental strength is not a gift, it is a habit. It is not given to a chosen few, it is built one decision at a time by people who choose to rise even when it hurts. Mental strength isn't about being the toughest person in the room. It's not about hiding your tears, pretending to have it all together, or walking through life untouched by struggle. No, mental strength is about how you respond to those struggles. It's built in the quiet, messy, uncomfortable moments, the ones no one sees, when you're sitting alone with doubt in your heart, pain in your chest, and still you whisper to yourself, I'm going to try again tomorrow. That's where strength begins. Every single day we are presented with small choices, choices that might seem insignificant at the time, but over days and weeks and months, they begin to shape us. When you choose not to scroll past your discomfort, but sit with it and understand it, you are growing. When you choose to speak kindly to yourself in moments of failure instead of beating yourself down, you are building strength. When you get back up after falling, when you show up to life, even when you're tired, even when you're scared, you are proving to yourself that your will is greater than your worry. So to Kuras, there are people who will walk through fire and come out stronger, and we think, wow, they're just built differently. But they're not. They just made one hard choice, and then another, and then another. They chose to believe that even if today was hard, tomorrow could be better. They chose not to let their pain turn into bitterness. They chose to grow through what they were going through, and you can make those same choices. You don't become mentally strong by reading a quote or watching a motivational video, although those things can help spark something inside you. Real strength is formed in action. It is shaped in silence. It's the decision to set boundaries when you used to stay silent. It's the courage to rest when you used to hustle yourself into burnout. It's in forgiving someone, not because they asked, but because you need peace. It's in forgiving yourself. Life is going to test you. That's guaranteed. And I'm not here to tell you that pain doesn't matter. I'm telling you that pain is part of the process. Mental strength is not about avoiding difficulty. It's about meeting it with presence. It's about standing there, knees trembling, and still facing what scares you. There will be mornings you don't want to get out of bed. There will be people who underestimate you. There will be days when nothing seems to work out. Not your plans, not your relationships, not even your thoughts. And those days, that's where the real training happens. That's where your muscles grow. The ones no one can see. Because each time you decide to take one more step forward, no matter how small, you are choosing to become stronger than your circumstance. And it's not about being strong every single moment. You're allowed to have bad days. You're allowed to cry, to pause, to ask for help. That doesn't make you weak. That makes you wise. Because the strongest people aren't the ones who do it all alone. They're the ones who know when to lean, when to breathe, when to say, I'm struggling, but I'm not giving up. You see, mental strength isn't about having all the answers. It's about having the will to keep asking the right questions, to keep learning, growing, showing up. Even when life is unfair, even when the future is unclear. And every time you do that, you're laying another brick in the foundation of your strength. So if you're going through something right now, something that feels too heavy, too much, I want you to remember, you don't need to handle it all at once. You just need to make one strong choice today. Just one. And then tomorrow you'll make another. That's how it's done. Not in giant leaps, but in small steps that whisper, I'm still here. I'm still trying. I'm still becoming. Let's talk about feelings. The ones we try to hide, ignore, or silence because we've been told they make us weak. We live in a world that praises strength as if it means being unaffected, unshaken, untouched by emotion. But that idea is not only wrong, it's dangerous. Because being strong doesn't mean you don't feel. It means you feel everything and still choose to move forward. Fear, sadness, self-doubt, they are not flaws. They are not signs of failure. They are human. And you, being human, are allowed to feel them. You are allowed to break down after a loss. You are allowed to be afraid when you face something unknown. You are allowed to doubt yourself when the path ahead is dark and unmarked. Those feelings, they're not weaknesses. They are part of the journey. But here's the truth you must hold on to. While your feelings are real and valid, they do not define who you are. You may feel like giving up, but that doesn't mean you will. You may feel like you're not good enough, but that doesn't make it true. You may feel like you're lost, but you still have the power to choose your direction. Your emotions are messengers, not masters. They can tell you what's happening inside, but they don't get to decide what happens next. You do. You are more than what you feel in any one moment. Feelings pass. They rise and fall like waves. But you are the ocean. Deep, steady, and still capable of holding so much more than what's on the surface. Mental strength is knowing how to sit with discomfort without needing to run from it. It's learning how to breathe through anxiety, speak through sadness, and act with integrity even when you're angry. It's showing up to your life as you are, not waiting to be completely healed or completely fearless to begin. And yes, it's hard. It takes practice. It takes self-awareness. It takes patience with yourself. But every time you let yourself feel fully without losing your sense of direction, you are building something stronger inside you. Every time you allow your emotions to visit without letting them move in permanently, you're becoming more grounded. Every time you choose to act in alignment with your values, not your moods, you are becoming more powerful. Let no one convince you that strength means smiling through the storm or pretending you're okay when you're not. That's not bravery. That's denial. Real strength is the softness to feel and the courage to act. Real strength is saying, I'm hurting, but I'm here. I'm scared, but I'm not stopping. I'm tired, but I'll try again tomorrow. So, when you feel overwhelmed by emotions, don't push them away. Don't bury them. Acknowledge them. Hold space for them. Then take a deep breath and ask yourself, what can I do next that aligns with who I want to be? That question and your answer to it is how you reclaim your power. Because your feelings are important, but they are not in charge. There's a quiet kind of power that doesn't make headlines. It doesn't come with applause. It doesn't wear a medal or wave a flag. But it is, without question, one of the greatest forces a human being can possess. That power is resilience. Resilience is not about never falling. It is about what you do after you've fallen. It's about standing back up when life has knocked you to the ground, bruised and breathless, and saying, this will not be the end of me. Because strength is not proven in the absence of difficulty. It is revealed in your response to it. We've all had moments when we thought, I can't do this. I can't get through this. Maybe it was a failure, a heartbreak, a betrayal, a loss so deep it rattled your soul. And maybe you didn't bounce back right away. That's okay. Because resilience isn't about how fast you rise. It's about choosing to rise at all. There is no shame in falling. There is no weakness in stumbling. What matters is that you don't stay there. That you don't let the setback become your story. That you don't allow the disappointment to make you smaller than you were before. You see, resilience doesn't just help you survive life, it helps you grow from it. We often think that the strongest people are the ones with perfect records, spotless pasts, unshaken confidence. But real strength isn't in never being broken, it's in learning how to rebuild. It's in the person who tried again after failing 3 times. It's in the soul who dared to love again after being shattered. It's in the heart that kept hoping even when life gave it every reason to stop. Setbacks are not the opposite of progress, they are part of it. Every challenge you've faced has carried within it the potential to make you stronger, wiser, more compassionate, but only if you refuse to let it defeat you. Only if you meet it with courage and use it as fuel for your next step forward. Resilience is not loud. It doesn't always look heroic. Sometimes it's just getting out of bed when your heart is heavy. Sometimes it's making a phone call you've been dreading, forgiving someone who won't apologize, or trying again when your hands are still trembling from the last attempt. That quiet decision to keep going, that's power. That's grit. That's resilience. Life, no matter how careful we are, will break us open. There will be disappointments we didn't see coming, endings we weren't prepared for, dreams that don't come true the way we imagined. But none of those things have the power to define us unless we let them. What defines us is how we respond. You get to decide that your story doesn't end in the valley. You get to write the chapter where you climb slowly, painfully, beautifully back to higher ground. And you may do it with scars. But those scars, they are not signs of weakness. They are proof you healed, proof you endured, proof that you were stronger than what tried to break you. Resilience doesn't mean you won't feel tired. It means you'll rest and then try again. It doesn't mean you'll never doubt yourself. It means you'll hear the doubt and keep going anyway. It means trusting that the storm will pass. And even if it doesn't, that you'll find a way to stand in the rain without losing yourself. You don't have to be perfect to be powerful. You just have to keep getting back up again and again and again. Because every time you rise, you remind yourself, I'm still here. I'm still fighting. I'm still becoming. And that is the definition of strength. Too often, we compare our struggles to other people's highlights. We think we're falling behind because we see someone else succeeding. But resilience is not about how your journey looks to anyone else. It's about how you choose to carry yourself through it. Some of the strongest people you will ever meet are not the loudest or the most accomplished. They're the ones who refuse to give up when life gave them every reason to. Resilience is your superpower. It's the thing that will carry you when motivation fades, when plans fall apart, when people walk away. It's what makes you unshakable in the long run, not because you are never shaken, but because you refuse to stay down. And here's something beautiful to remember. The more you rise after falling, the more you begin to trust yourself. The more you learn deep down that you can survive, you can adapt, you can grow through what you never thought you could face. And one day you'll look back, not to relive the pain, but to realize how far you've come. Resilience doesn't promise you an easy life, but it gives you something better, the ability to live a brave one. There's a moment in life when we all learn, sometimes the hard way, that no matter how hard we try, we cannot control everything. Not people, not outcomes, not time. And the sooner we make peace with that truth, the stronger we become. Because real strength, lasting, inner strength, isn't found in controlling the world. It's found in learning to focus on what you can control and letting go of what you can't. So many of us walk through life weighed down by things that aren't even ours to carry. We try to control how others see us, what they think, how they respond. We try to force outcomes, to script the future, to chase perfection. And in doing so, we exhaust ourselves. We burn out. We lose touch with our peace. And we wonder why we feel so powerless. And yes, letting go is hard. We cling to control because it feels safe. It gives us the illusion that we're protecting ourselves from pain, from disappointment, from chaos. But the truth is, trying to control what you can't only creates more chaos inside you. It makes you anxious, frustrated, resentful. And worst of all, it distracts you from the incredible power you do have. The power to make decisions, take action, change your mindset, show up with purpose, and keep going. Inner peace does not come from making the world quiet. It comes from making peace with the noise. It comes from realizing that life may be unpredictable. People may be complicated. Outcomes may be uncertain. And still, you have power, not over everything, but over enough to shape your life with intention. You get to choose how you react. You get to choose what you believe. You get to choose how you treat others, how you treat yourself, how you speak, how you love, how you lead. That is not a small thing. That is everything. So when life starts spinning, when things fall apart, when people disappoint you, when your plans don't work out the way you hoped, come back to this question. What's in my control right now? What's in my hands right now, today, that I can shape, hold, or release? And when the answer is very little, trust that even that little is enough to begin again. Maybe you can't fix the entire situation, but you can breathe through it. Maybe you can't make someone love you, but you can love yourself through the ache. Maybe you can't change what happened, but you can choose what happens next. The strongest people aren't those who control everything. They're the ones who know what to let go of. They know that peace doesn't come from perfection, it comes from alignment, living in line with your values, your purpose, your truth. They know how to surrender what's out of reach so they can focus on what's in their grasp. And that's where the shift happens, from reacting to responding, from controlling to choosing. That's when your energy starts working for you, not against you. You begin to build momentum. You begin to reclaim your power, not by grabbing tighter, but by releasing what was never yours to begin with. So if you're feeling overwhelmed, like you're holding the weight of too many things you can't fix, take a step back, breathe. Remind yourself, I am not responsible for everything. I am responsible for myself. And that is not only enough, it is powerful beyond measure. Put your energy where it matters. Into your mindset, your habits, your decisions, your growth, your kindness, your consistency. That is how real change happens. Not in controlling the uncontrollable, but in mastering yourself. That is how you build a life rooted in peace, resilience, and strength. Because the most grounded people, the ones who move through life with calm and clarity, aren't the ones who never face chaos. They're the ones who know what to carry and what to set down. They've learned that control is not the goal. Presence is. Purpose is. Peace is.